I'm going to teach you how to respond to condescension with bad bitch energy. Apply this in your business setting, personal life, in any relationship. To do that, I'm going to use a real life example. A quick LinkedIn conversation that happened yesterday. Pause and read the message. As you read, I've never met this person before, never spoken to them. In fact, I have no idea how this person was following me. He slid into my private message and gave me an advice without asking for permission. There are two possibilities. Number one, this person is socially inept. Number two possibility, he is entitled and condescending. We can't escape the fact that this man is a white man and talking to a woman of color. Let's consider various responses that could have taken place. A typical good girl response is to thank that person, even when they're an asshole to you. Some good girls don't get it. Many are just uncomfortable and they fall into pleasing mode. Second possibility is to ignore it completely. This is good, depends on how you do it. Third possibility is being a bad bitch and calling him out. And the way I called him out was not to talk about my feeling. I talked to him exactly how I would talk to a preschooler, about manners and etiquette. Condescension back to that person. His response, ouch, just trying to help. No apology, which goes to show that this person doesn't care. Either this person's clueless or they're condescending and entitled. Now, for those of you who want to say, hey, Julia, that is so extreme, what if he just didn't know better? Well, I like to always imagine this scenario. If this person came across a prime minister, someone in the British monarchy, even a successful CEO like Gary Vaynerchuk, who's an expert in social media, would this person do the same thing? I have an inkling to think, probably not. When someone can control their behavior based on who they're dealing with, then it's intentional, based on who they're dealing with. Never forget this fact, and gaslight yourself that you're being too much. When somebody's hair is graying, they have life experience. You take somebody very accomplished like Gary Vaynerchuk. If he came across my content and he has some suggestions for me, I can bet you anything that he would be very respectful. His advice will land in a way that I would feel so grateful that he took the time to look at my stuff and give me constructive feedback because of the way he does it. Usually, these people who give unsolicited advice don't have their shit together. I have way more followers than this person, and my followers tell me what works and what doesn't work. But when somebody is entitled and they think they're better than you already, they're running on supremacy, they can't consider those points. Obviously, my response to him didn't meet his expectations. So instead of apologizing, I get the ouch, just trying to help. Now, from this point, I can do several things. Respond back to him and say, hey, you owe me an apology, or just ignore it altogether. In this scenario, I'm gonna ignore it altogether, and here's why. He doesn't deserve more of my energy. I've already looked after myself, and that's enough. An actual grown adult will take my initial response, reflect, and learn from it. Someone who isn't capable of doing that is fragile, and supremacy is a way of covering that. Not my job to teach that kindergartner. Let me just add that sometimes I am condescending like this to people. I don't care about how it lands. Usually, by the time I get there, it's because I got exhausted by that person at their inability to want to look at things. So next time you come across a situation like this, consider all these points and never gaslight yourself to think that you have to make space for people. When somebody acts like they don't have basic manners and etiquette, you're welcome to treat them like a kindergartner.